it's Natalia here. I have been getting a ton of comments asking for how to bedazzle and different tricks and tips for bedazzling. So I'm going to be sharing those all today, like what gems I use, what glue I use, just different hacks to help it go easier. And bedazzling is a wonderful project, so I really hope this all helps you out and all the different tricks and stuff. And of course, if you have any tips of your own, drop them in the comments because I would love to hear them personally. But hopefully these all help you out. The first thing you're going to need, of course, is the gems. These are the gems I use. These ones are more crystal-like. Well, these ones are, a little more plasticky looking, but they still look super good once they're on something. These ones are just larger, and so they work really well for big projects. You can get these gems on like Amazon or Hobby Lobby or really any hobby store usually, but I got most of mine off of Amazon. Going to need is a really good glue because I've tried lots of different glues and some don't work as well as others. Some will stick, but then they fall off later, so you kind of need to know what kind of glue to use. This is the absolute best glue. It's the one that comes with most bedazzling sets, and it holds on really well. It works really good. If you're going to do something like fabric, gluing gems out of fabric, then you might want to use a different kind of fabric glue or something, but as far as most projects go, this is going to be your best glue. And like I said, it does come with most like gem sets, but you can also get like a really big tube of it on Amazon, or like different hobby stores will carry this glue as well. The third thing you're going to need is something to bedazzle on, either a book or a table, a desk, anything, so that you just don't get the glue on things around you. And then you're going to, of course, need something to bedazzle. Now, what you bedazzle kind of depends on what you want to do, but using something flat for starters is a really good way to practice. Like if it has a divot like this in it, it's going to be hard to get the gems on there, but doing it on something flat like this would work easier. Again, another thing to know is depending on what kind of glue you use. If you use a lot of it and then you stand it up like this, the gems can drip down it. So just be aware of that while you're working. Either just do it like one line at a time so you can let it sit and dry before you stand it up, because they do like to slide down quite a bit. Now, if you get like a brand new bedazzling set, it'll probably come with a bedazzling pen, which you can use to pick up the gems, and like a tray to keep them on and stuff. But honestly, any regular old pencil will work just fine. Actually, I use my brother's pencils, and like they don't even have lead in them, and that works just as good for picking up the gems. If you like dip the pencil in the glue first to pick up the gems, then it sticks on really well and you can use the gems for that. So to start bedazzling, just have a tray or plate or something to put your gems on like this, just to keep them secure so they don't fall around. And then you can pick whatever gem color you want to do. For this video, I'm just going to be bedazzling this chapstick, so I'm going to use a purple gem for that. Also, pro tip, once you grab your gems, close the container. I have spilled so many of these gems and they are a real nightmare to pick up and sort out again. So just close them up. It's safer that way. Now you can apply your glue, and depending on like what part you want to do, if you just want the bottom or the top, that kind of depends on how you want to do it. But just start with like a really small area. You don't want the glue to dry on one section while you're working on another section. So just do a strip or a section, a small part, so that the glue doesn't dry while you're working. This glue comes out like super well. It's got like a really small nozzle so you can get it into tiny areas and in specific spots. This is why I really love this glue. It works super, super well. And like I said before, if you just dip the pencil like lightly in the glue, like you don't want a lot of glue on it, but just enough so that you can pick up the gems, then that works super, super well as just a bedazzling pen. Just any regular pencil will work. And you're going to just kind of go one gem at a time and set them in line where you want them. This makes it super easy to do and just keeps everything in a really nice area, as you can see. Oops. And yeah, things will roll around and fall over, so just keep them in line as best you can. Once you're done with the designated section, you can move on to the next section. But like I said, you have to be careful depending on what glue you use. This glue works really well for making drying pretty quick and just it's pretty tacky, so it sticks really well. But if you use a cheaper glue or a lot of glue, when you set it up right, the gems will slip. So just make sure that it's dry, because they'll slide whatever way the thing is turned. So make sure it's dry before you move it around too much to work on the next section. Larger gems are also super helpful because they make the process of bedazzling go a lot faster, because they cover up more space, of course, and just make things go a lot easier and quicker. You can usually work them into a pattern with smaller gems fairly easily. Sometimes you have to push them down a bit more just because they don't glue quite as well as the little gems. So just make sure they're pressed in before moving on to the next one. And there you have it. That's Bedazzling 101. Hopefully this video was really helpful to you and just kind of gave you a basis of what you'll need to start bedazzling. It's a super fun hobby and it's really great to do, especially to just unwind. It's a lot of fun and it's great for all ages. If you need some inspiration for different things to bedazzle, check out my channel. I've got tons of ideas and fun things to do. Hope this is helpful. Have a great day. Bye!